Hello, and welcome back to MMMcast, or... Cast. All right, thanks for sticking with us, guys. We had a few hours of Starfinder first. Now we're going to dive deep into Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Jumping in here with 2 feet, we are going to recap last episode. So last episode was a shopping episode in which... Gimbal, Dream, and Dash. No, Gimbal, Dream, and Bishop. All 3 got new fancy clothes.
Can't you see my golden shirt here?
Oh, okay. Yep. Not as fancy a clothes, but still fancy.
Nice threads.
All of these fancy clothes were begotten because you are going to a feast tonight.
Yes.
The Lord of Sutton... when you arrived in Sutton, you were being sneaky, and then you kind of overplayed your hand a little bit and kind of let one of the barkeeps know that you were a lord from Ashar and told him, definitely do not tell anybody. An hour later, you were invited to a banquet tonight in your honor.
I don't like the term overplayed our hand. Or play it perfectly.
Well, what about how...
A hand.
I am the Lord of Ashar.
Okay. Let's go with that.
I am a...
oh no.
It's definitely believable.
After getting an invitation, you went to the God's Attire. I got kitted out with all of the bells and whistles of your stations, and are now in preparation, getting dressed to go to the Lord's Manor. You have about an hour or so until the feast starts. Is there anything anyone would like to do before getting to the manor?
I don't want Rook to anything, but should we send maybe one of the familiars to check up on our buddy, who we haven't checked up on since we got here?
Our buddy.
Max?
Yeah, Maxwell.
I think he's dead.
I'm pretty sure he's dead, but it would be nice to know.
I mean, I can send Sunflower to scope it out.
Yeah, you send Sunflower into the hey, I think someone's TV's on.
Yeah, somebody's got some strange sounds in the background.
Still,
that made it louder.
I think it's definitely you, Jared. No one else has a TV on.
Maybe you might just have to
go somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Or
yeah, so you mute or unmute
until you're talking.
Go, Sasha. Be free. Go.
You send Sunflower to check up on Maxwell in the church district. Dash, having followed Maxwell, kind of gives you a good direction of where to go and where he is. Are you sneakily looking, or are you kind of going out in the open? I know it's Sunflower, but is Sunflower trying to be sneaky?
Is it full day?
At this point, it is evening. Yeah, like early evening.
Yeah, then it's like stealth, I would say.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Ooh, 7.
Got it. Yeah, as Sunflower makes her way to the house designated by Dash, very sneakily knocking over whatever is in the street at the time, so boxes and whatnot. As you get up, Sunflower looks in like the perch of the window and looks in, and you see Maxwell with an older lady, probably like a matronly figure, like a mom or a grandmother. Can't really tell the age from here, but sitting down and having a meal, it looks like.
Can we hear anything that's being said?
Make a perception.
That was slightly better.
We'll say we can use your perception since you're kind of in Sunflower's head.
18 then.
18. You see simple conversation. Nothing out of the ordinary. There's a lot of like pregnant silences. Yeah, nothing referring to you guys or the contract or anything like that.
Okay. I relay that information.
Okay.
He's not dead, and at least he's not ratted us out to anyone.
Eventually.
That's
Are you
good.
that afraid of that?
Well, I mean, he did lie to us the whole way here.
He seemed
Only to get us here.
he seemed trustworthy enough to me. I mean,
As far as we know, we're walking right into a trap because Maxwell was sent by the Lord in the first place. So that's all I'm saying.
Why would he want any just random adventures from Osram?
I don't think that makes any sense.
It doesn't, but I'm just saying, look at our past.
If he does
You're
turn
not
out to
wrong.
betray us, I will kill him.
I'll basically just be frantically looking through whatever books I can find to try to research Ashar.
Okay.
Is that art imitating life?
Try to make sure that I have like table manners appropriately and things like that.
Yep.
My mic is still so loud. I'm trying to fix it. Okay.
You don't sound that loud on this.
Oh,
end.
good.
Actually, quieter.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Yeah, like on my end, I go up pretty high and you guys are like lower, so I'm just watching the audio bars. Sorry.
You're good. All right. Anyone else doing anything before departing?
I'm correcting all of Dash's clothing choices.
Okay.
What's wrong with my clothes?
Well, you put this on wrong. You skip that button.
I don't understand why this matters. It's just clothes. Who cares what?
Here, until the end of the night, why don't you pretend that you're one of those fancy high
Who says I'm not?
Right now, it matters. And if you don't do it appropriately, we could all be in a lot of trouble. So let's just pretend it's fine.
I'm pretty sure pretending to be nobility is illegal, so all of you will die. As actual nobility, I should be fine.
I'm not pretending
I
to
am
be
your son,
nobility.
so I will take account into that.
I am not nobility. I am a high mage. And as a meritocracy, we Asharians do not have nobility.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure Sutton will know that subtle difference.
We're gonna die.
We will just have to make him see.
We're
We'll
gonna
die looking nice.
You guys look very nice.
Especially Dream. We spent a lot of money on that dress.
With her
And my headpiece.
headpiece.
Everyone roll.
Lord.
Let's do just a wisdom. Straight wisdom with advantage, everybody.
I need to double check my.
Yeah, I forgot to get my character sheet out. I haven't needed it in so long.
Couldn't find mine, so I got my phone. He told me now. Just straight wisdom.
Straight whiz. 15 Dream?
14.
14? Got it.
17.
15.
Mine is going to be above all of this. Mine is an 18. What above all of those?
22.
22. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 21.
Got it.
We're back to numbers that make sense.
Right. As you're looking over your family, knowing your heritage and kind of being in this world for the first 18, 20 years of your life, right? You see everyone is kitted out very well. They kind of taking your notes and they look the part. Dream had a few hairs out of place that you helped her fix. But everyone seems to look like either royalty or the guards of royalty or nobility.
We should go through one more time what all of our roles are. So I am...
We should also come up with a system for nonverbal communication. We need like a go sign and a I'm in trouble sign, stuff like that.
Somebody had brain things, right? I don't...
Well, I need to cast a spell for it, and I don't have the means to keep it quiet.
Okay, so I'm the...
I love your sex.
I am the high mage. Dream is my daughter. Bishop is my apprentice, and then the two of you are our guards. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds fine. Okay, mage, high mage.
Do you prefer papa or father?
I think, given the northerliness of it, we want to be as quaint as possible. So, papa would be appropriate.
Papa.
All right. Now, what
Roll.
do we...
Before that, Coulter, roll a second history check.
Oh gosh, okay. 25.
Okay. You know that you have to specify what school you're a high mage in. Your daughter, just being your daughter, wouldn't really give her any privilege. So her also having the ability to cast magic, for her to be at this party, it would make sense for her to have a title.
Got it.
And then also, and then the apprentice obviously would have the same school of magic as you.
Okay. Oh no, that's bad.
So I'm assuming activation, right?
Oh, I am abjuration, and you're healing. That's perfect. Okay.
You are.
But my daughter doesn't have to be abjuration. She could be evocation.
No,
or
she
that'd be okay.
just, in order to be considered a quote unquote noble,
Yes.
she has to be able to cast some kind of magic. And at the mage level, you have to actually start specifying
Excellent.
what school.
Enchantment.
I'll
That's what she's good at.
enchantment. Dream.
Yes.
We are going to give you the title of wizard. So if anybody asks, you are a wizard, and not just my daughter. What school do you think you're best at? I know you like blasty blast. Curses. Okay. Okay, curses could either be evocation or enchantment.
What other things? Enchantment would work, especially with that suggestion spell you nearly took me with.
And Hex is also an enchantment spell, so...
That would work very well.
Are you comfortable being
I like
an
enchantment.
enchantress then?
Yes, that's a very good title.
Excellent.
Enchantress.
But your title is wizard. And
Wizard Enchantress.
yes, okay. And if anybody asks, next year you are going to challenge an enchanter for the title of mage.
Challenge an enchanter for the title of mage.
You got it.
Yes.
Bishop, you are an abjuration apprentice.
I have several spells of that nature.
And I have nothing to fear from either of you because Dream is in a different school than I am, and my apprentice is 2 to 3 steps below me, so you would have to challenge a wizard before you were able to challenge me. Is everybody comfortable with these rules?
Even then, there are some rules that would there be rules that would say that I can't challenge my teacher because then something could be afoot?
No. If you were 1 level below me, I would no longer be your teacher, and you could challenge me effectively based on the rules of Ashar. It's always just 1 level up, 1 level down.
Jar seems pretty
So
hot.
as an apprentice, you can challenge a wizard. As a wizard, she can challenge a mage. But because once you are at a high enough level, you have to specialize. Her and I do not have the same specializations, so we are all safe from one another, and it makes sense that we could work together without fear, I believe. From what I remember.
What about
That's right.
What about what?
What about what about those of us who are non-magical? How should we behave in this hierarchy?
You're the bottom.
Shut up and look pretty.
Oh, stand up straight, put my chin in the air, turn over plebeians.
You are all mundanes. Throughout the evening, I may call you the vulgarity, the vulgars of our party, things like that, but you are mundanes.
All right.
Oh,
Now, how do I get you alone if I need to speak with you?
just tell me there's a very important message from a colleague?
Why wouldn't they send that to you magically, though?
Well, because I might be busy. They leave it with the mundane folk so that,
Yeah. He could be holding the sending crystal ball that you guys have.
Okay. I'm just trying to think anything that like someone would ask questions, be like, well, that's why are you doing that? Or like, what is.
And of course, I do not know the abjuration.
Talk to me.
Archmage.
Dream needs to talk with me privately. She could say, I need a powder, and then I could escort her to a powder.
And maybe I can pretend to faint.
I don't know.
I kind of saw Rook as being Helena's specific bodyguard because I've been seen around town with them.
Okay. And then
Dash is more generic.
You know,
house body.
it would make more sense to her have a more muscular bodyguard as an enchantress, because she could enchant you to boost your abilities and curse others with those abilities to make it easier to fight for you to be the main front.
Well, wouldn't it make more sense for me to be an abjurer's bodyguard in that sense? Because then I could be buffed easier by an abjurer than an enchanter.
well, you've been seen together, and that's what matters the most.
Regardless.
In all likelihood, people won't necessarily pay that much attention to our schools unless there's a mage in the city that would like to speak with us, and that'll be a conversation that we will hopefully direct to me. Hopefully. Oh, God, I don't know if it...
I do agree that we might want to have some, like, hand signals or something.
Okay.
As Rio, or as Rook suggested. Just to be safe.
Anybody have any thoughts on
All
that?
right. Gimbal.
Yes?
Gimbal, Bishop, and Dream. If at any point that we need to go, like get out or fight or whatever the situation dictates, you'll just say, well, you always know my rule number 1.
I like that.
Okay.
Or work rule number 1 into a conversation somehow.
Or just number 1. If you say number and 1, we'll know to go.
And if we just need to speak and not go or fight? I mean, it's a very small town. I imagine they're not going to be trying to kill us for no reason.
I got this. Rhododendron.
Like it.
Those are our speaking
Well,
words.
we are also servants, so I feel like any of the noblemen could just say, Rook, come here. Well, I'm Broadwind, but still.
Well, yes, but if they're in a conversation and they're engaged and they really, really need to get out, then like we need to create a distraction or something.
All right, so mention rhododendrons. That's the come join the conversation.
Rule number 1 is we have
Shit's
to get
about
out.
to go down.
Right. I think that's fair.
Rio, roll a D100.
Ooh.
63.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, monster.
MDM. Monster Dungeon Master.
Dungeon monster.
All right. So with our plan in place, with a safe word enacted, and story straight among the party, anything else you wish to do before departing?
I kind of want to hold Sunflower back. Maybe. Well, who has the better stealth between Sunflower and Philip?
Probably Sunflower, but maybe Philip. I do have a +3 to stealth for Philip. I was actually just going to bring Philip in as my familiar because that wouldn't be abnormal.
Well, but I was just saying neither me nor Dash is going to be able to search the house, which is kind of why we need to go in the first place, right?
I just thought we were going to meet him. Find out what's going on. But I'm fine with having Philip search the house.
And I would say Dash's stealth is good enough that he could excuse himself from the party. Yeah.
You could send me off on some errand. You forgot something back at the tavern that I need to go get for you.
Okay.
So I'd like to point out that you are carrying my sword and shield as your own armaments, and they might have to be confiscated at the door.
Wait, I'm carrying them?
No. Rookies.
I don't know about your shield, buddy, because I already have a shield.
As long as you have my sword, I could deal without a shield. I could take your shield if I need to.
Okay.
I mean, I could carry a sword and shield.
Well, why don't you carry the shield, Dash, and then that way we both kind of look similar as far as armaments go.
It is a long sword, right? I can use long swords.
Yes. Just keep it in the scabbard because it currently would be a wooden sword.
Oh, good point.
If it comes up, we can have you demonstrate the use of it.
Okay. Because then we're both wearing swords and shields.
Okay.
I don't think it would be unfair for an apprentice to wear a sword if need be.
So,
Yeah, this might have the wrong impression.
I thought we were trying to sell the Mage fantasy.
The what?
And also, if I did have a sword, I'd make one of them carry it if I was that, difference in class, right?
Well, you're only one step above.
let's not get carried away here.
Either way, we
I'm
should
just trying to make sure this is convincing.
we should just get ready to
We
go.
already decided that Rook was going to carry the long sword.
Yes, we'll all get ready to go.
All right. So as you depart from the Lazy Knave, you cross through the docks district into kind of the center of the city. And you see the kind of environment change a bit. Outside, it's getting into full darkness. You start seeing kind of stars glint in the air. As you get into the center of the city, the walkways are nicely paved, a little bit nicer than the dock district. Really very good work stone along the walkways here. And then kind of along the side of the walkways, you see large kind of thin metal pillars that curl out into what kind of look like flowers. And on top of them, you see these lights that as you approach grow lighter. And as you kind of leave, grow dimmer. So, and these are lined through all of the halls or all of the ways into these nicer districts.
Motion sensing, nice touch.
Yes, enchantment.
I can do that.
Wizard. Enchantress.
So, Helena, just so you know, that would be transmutation, not enchantment.
Oh.
I don't know if Dream would know that though.
Well, no. Well, that's why Dream, we would explain to Dream that enchantment is specifically spells that change the, personality. It's like mind control.
Emotions. Yes.
Yeah. Well, just to avoid a mistake that I think Dream would know more about magic. She's been studying with Gimbal most of her life now.
I don't know if we would have talked about different schools of magic.
Different schools.
Given that she's a warlock and doesn't need to deal with that. She needs to get more powerful on what she does, but my nomenclature isn't really important for her.
Well, it just helps us in this social encounter.
I know, but we can't metagame.
Now, we didn't talk about it, but I think you guys would definitely remember the marking on Dream's hand. Are we keeping that covered?
No, there was
She
a
got
glove.
gloves.
That's right. Okay, so that's covered up by the glove.
Yeah, we pay gloves, buddy.
As you're going down these streets, and it takes maybe 15 minutes to get to the manor. You see kind of a host of people walking in fancy clothes. Some of them very gaudy, some of them more on the conservative side. I would say your dress is probably somewhere in the middle. So it's kind of a little boisterous just to make a statement, but not as gaudy as it could be.
And I specifically went with understated tones.
Yeah. Yes, understated.
A wizard need not announce himself.
As you walk up to the gate, you see a woman, halfling woman, kind of stop you. And your name?
Excuse me?
What is your name?
We are the guests of the Lord of the house.
Oh, I do apologize. She kind of bows to you. Welcome to Sutton. And it seems here that we don't have your official title, if you would please.
Hi, Mage, Gimbal the Great.
Hi, Mage Gimbal the Great. Nice to meet you. And the rest of your party.
Don't mind the two mundanes. This is my daughter, the wizard Dream Wraith, and my apprentice, Bishop, another abjurer. I don't know if...
She bows, but not...
I apologize.
Not as low each time.
I apologize. I don't mean to be rude. I don't know if you use the terms of the schools, but we find them important.
Yes, we just want to make sure that you feel at home here. So your native titles, that's something that we will definitely use.
That is so kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. One additional thing. The mundanes cannot bring weapons into the Lord's mansion.
I immediately undo the sword and hand it to you, Bishop, as I was carrying it for you in the first place.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was thinking about doing something stupid, but I'd rather not. So I'll just
already do something stupid.
We're not even inside.
Out of the world. I was thinking just like change it to a wooden sword. It's like, is this okay? No. I just change it in front of her. No, it's not okay. It's like, so
I appreciate your understanding. And she kind of beckons two people coming forth from either side of her. One kind of bowing down and asking for the sword from you, Bishop, and the other one just kind of gruffly like taking your equipment from you, Dash.
I know I just said not to meta, but can you summon your sword yet?
Option to try and hit a dagger?
I can't unsummon my sword. No.
Hold on. Rio, go first.
Dash, did you hide any daggers, maybe?
I mean, I always have a dagger hidden.
Yeah, I would say you can hide it well enough because they're not really checking you. They're just any obvious weapon. So we'll say you can have 2 daggers hidden. Coulter, you're next.
I was just asking, is Jared not at a point where he can summon his sword yet?
No. That's level 3.
That was my only question.
But I will kind of like show the guy who is taking my sword, like, there is some magic into this sword, so be careful with it, but I'll be removing most of it so that you don't have any ideas and turn it into a training sword.
I have a question, though.
He bows a little deeper. Yes. Go ahead, Tash.
So they can't take weapons, even though they're nobility?
No weapons allowed in the house. And then what did you want to say before? Was that what you wanted to say, Bishop?
Oh, yeah. No, so I wanted to like kind of pull him a little forward, like, don't want any ideas for anyone who happens to be here. There is some magic in this sword, but I will be taking it for the time being, and I will like visually show him me taking the silver sword and turning it into the training sword and then handing him just the stick.
Of course, Apprentice Bishop. Thank you. And they kind of put him away to the side. You see a little chest. Multiple chests, actually. They put all of them into the first chest and lock it up.
I want to see who has the key. I just want to make sure I notice who has the key.
It's the halfling lady you guys are talking to has the key. Okay. She has a kind of a ring of keys around her neck.
Okay.
She kind of says, "Thank you very much and welcome to Forgrave Manor," and bows deep and kind of gestures you through the gate.
She doesn't take my gauntlets? Cool.
Okay. We shall enter. Thank you again. We'll give her a nod.
My pleasure. As you enter, it's a nice kind of smaller garden area in the front. Walking through, you see a few groups of people kind of mingling around the garden, but most of them kind of being ushered towards the main thoroughfare of the house. As you walk in the front door and you see this long foyer with large stone columns columns, each of them chiseled with different visages. So you see kind of a dwarf holding a hammer. You see a human man with a cane, kind of looking regally. And there's probably 12 columns in total lining the halls. And as you look around, you see the entire house is very fine worked stone, as well as the actual pillars themselves are immaculately carved. So you understand that this is probably due to their involvement with Dageldorm Keep and the dwarves up there. So as you enter in, pushing past the foyer, you go into the kind of main dining hall. You see 10 different tables kind of straightly lined up. And at the front of the dining hall, you see a raised platform, a dais of sorts with 5 tables kind of set up. And then a table off of the dais, but kind of away from the rest of the seats set up to we'll say the right of the room. Okay. And in the room right now, there's probably 20 to 25 people just kind of talking around, mingling. Are
there any servants around?
You see servants walking around, trays offering food, hors d'oeuvres, and refreshments.
They're not going to announce us?
I will flag down one of the servants.
She says, "Yes, my lord."
Terribly sorry to bother. Do you know where our table might be? I'm unsure where the Lord has decided to place us, or if you have the custom of assigned seating here.
Of course, yeah. Terribly sorry. And your name and title?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be embarrassing in any way, but I am the High Mage Gimbal, the Great of Ashar.
She goes bright red and kind of bows like so much lower, almost straight to the ground. I am so sorry. Please, the table up front, towards the right. That's your table. That's the guest of honor table. Please, I'm so sorry.
There's no reason to apologize. You are too kind. I just wanted to know where to set things down. Thanks so much, dear. And I'll
of course,
I'll just give her a little nod and go over to where the table is.
Okay. You see kind of set up there, really fine silver, kind of crystalline glasses. The gauntlets that you see are, they're worked stone towards the base, and then they kind of swirl into this really nice, like hammered iron kind of cup. You see that all across the entire table. Really nice silverware, really nice kind of flatware that you have there. And there's exactly 3 seats at the table.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's perhaps time we find our Lord, as it were, and see what is to become of us. Anybody else?
I'm not sure I can easily mingle. Or what's like the look of like mostly human, some dwarves?
Mostly human. You don't see many dwarves. You see a lot of guards, and most of the guards are dwarves. But no actual like mingling dwarves. Most of them are human, some halfling. But yeah, those are kind of a mix of races.
Are there any other
gnomes?
No. I assume there's no other gnomes. I don't know. But
any
tieflings.
other mages? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Tieflings? No other tieflings.
Or mages. I would like to keep an eye out for that.
Okay. Not that you can tell. No one has like the panache of a mage, right? No one has like they're not using mage hand to sip their drink like most like high mages would do, right? So you don't see anything like that. Okay. I would say make a perception check, everybody.
And for the record, Rook playing bodyguard, he's not really paying attention to anything that's going on with Coulter. He's paying attention to everything around.
Yep.
So when he's talking to other people, I'm watching other people, listening to other.
25.
17 again.
5.
Got it.
I am very, very distracted.
15.
You're very nervous. What'd you get, Dream?
15.
15. Rook?
22. I got a nat 20.
Nat 20. So everyone over a 15 would notice that as entering the hall, all of the nobles are kind of going towards seats. And everyone next to the nobles, any like guard or page or anything like that, are actually ushering themselves into a different room.
Oh,
Sorry, say that again.
So only the nobility is staying in this room. Everyone else is going to a different room. So that's why there's only 3 seats at the guest table.
Understood.
but I was assuming that we would stand behind them.
Same.
Foreign country.
I'll give a nod to Rook and just be like, this is just like the good luck out there type of notion.
And like, it's not that no one's looking at you weirdly right now. You just see that most of them are taking their leave and going somewhere else.
Well, my lord has gone missing, so I cannot ask for him for his advice.
My lord. My lord.
Other than that, you guys see people kind of the next 10 minutes or so, more people are coming in, seats are being filled. You don't see, you actually, with those perception checks, you pick up that the council will be here soon. They usually come after all the mingling is done and once the feast actually starts. From your perception checks, yes, you got pretty good ones. You know that the full council will be here tonight. There's 6 members of the council. 5 members of the council, one of them being Barrack Forgrave, the main lord of the town. Mostly the lord will make a speech, everyone will eat, everyone will mingle, and then the night will end.
I would dismiss our guards to their places, and perhaps the rest of us might mingle with the gentry.
Should I stick with Dream or you?
Dream. We can all stay together, but I mean, you can also mingle on your own. I'm so sorry.
I do want to
steal myself.
I would like to try and ask around, to not directly ask about disappearances, but in a manner of speaking, things happening around town just as a...
Well, I will remind you, our reason for being in town is we believe that there's some kind of artifact here that's causing problems. So asking about weird stuff in town should be within what we're here for.
Wouldn't be completely with etiquette at a banquet, I don't think.
Well,
I mean, if people are asking why you're here,
yeah, then I'd be my response of there's something strange kind of
my
piqued the radar of some mages.
Would have been that we ran into Maxwell in Osrin when we were on our own travels, and his story of his home piqued our interest.
But we're trying to avoid any mention of...
Oh, sorry.
We're avoiding talking about Maxwell.
Oh, shit.
Our story was that there was some sort of magical anomaly detected that we're just piqued interest, nothing too ridiculous yet, but just something strange.
The diviners have seen something in the area.
Yeah. So I was just going to get the rumors around the royal court.
All right,
Try not to be direct about it.
Me and Dash go to the poop corner.
Got that. And the poop corner is actually a different room. So as you go into the poop room, you see not as well furnished, just kind of 2 rows of long wooden tables set up with like a very simple flatware and nothing too crazy, like wooden bowls for you guys to eat out of. But you see kind of with everyone else, the non-royal or the pages or kind of any of the people that were brought with the gentry, if you will. So who's mingling?
I go to food.
So there's no food yet, but you can flag down any of the servers and kind of get hors d'oeuvres and drinks.
Do that.
Yeah.
I would like to take a drink, mostly not really to drink it, but just kind of sip to
Okay.
the
Same.
doing it, and then just get the
Okay.
rumor mill, essentially.
Actually, no. I
Got
will
it,
keep my
yeah.
hands free.
All right.
Well, drink with Mage Hand, like he said. Mage.
I was actually going to say I will take a drink off of a tray with Mage Hand as what is being offered to
Okay.
to my
I want to check if I
apprentice.
have that spell really quick because I would do that too. I do not.
You see one group kind of approach you and say, "I'm sorry, that is amazing. I've never seen something like that before. Are you the High Mage?"
Oh, that was just but a trifle. But yes, I am. I apologize. I didn't
Oh.
mean to draw attention to myself.
That was fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm Lady Anissa. This is my husband. Very nice to meet
I'll
you.
vouch both of them.
Please, we've been just taken aback by your stories of your amazing city. Please, if you could regale us with some of your stories or anything, I would love it.
Oh well, we are but a humble people. I don't mean to oversell the merits of our town, but I do believe that a study has granted us what we have today. I myself recently became a high mage. I am very young at the task itself. I believe I don't know if you've heard much of the Arcata.
I have not. No.
Oh well, you see.
And you see like the
Oh no, go ahead.
you see the gentleman. It said that there is a waterfall that flows up. Is that true?
Oh, well, of course, yes. I mean, there's more than one, but that one is the largest of the group.
Oh. Magic.
Yes.
Please, this Arcata, please explain.
I'll use as we're discussing that, I'm going to use I don't know if be minor illusion, and I will show them a small image of the waterfall flowing up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no check necessary. They are completely entranced by you telling them about it and just seeing it in person. That's amazing. We'll have to make a trip out there to see kind of the other wares.
Oh, please, it is phenomenal. I very recommend a visit. These trifles that I am showing you are things that the merest of our apprentices can do, and I will gesture at Bishop. These are actually my daughter and my apprentice here with me tonight, both moving up through the fields as I have done myself. We are strictly based upon merit and nothing else. Family name means nothing. My daughter had to make her own path, no matter what I have accomplished.
Family name means nothing.
Nothing at all.
Huh. Well, that's interesting to know. Well, Sir High Mage, what brings you to Sutton?
Our diviners have found traces of what we believe to be a fairly powerful artifact in the area.
Okay. Make a deception with advantage. Actually, it would be performance.
Oh, no!
With this whole
I
situation.
think either way I'm the same. Yeah, I'm the same. Gimble's got nothing. So, nat 20. So that's a 21.
Nothing, huh?
Kind of taken aback. Magic item in Sutton. We don't know of anything like that. I know there's some nonsense with some people going missing, but other than that, it's a quiet town. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to help you find this magical anomaly.
You say people have gone missing?
Yeah.
I had not been made aware of this before.
Oh, yes, the last few weeks or so, there's been two. They kind of look at each other. Yeah, two people gone missing from the church district. We don't think it's anything. They probably got lost. They were children, probably got lost in the woods.
I don't want to trouble you, but oftentimes the nets of these artifacts are cast quite wide, and the effects that they cause can be troubling and unexpected. So if there have been disturbances like what you described soon, it may be connected. Hopefully we'll be able to disprove that, but Unfortunately, artifacts like this are removed not always for their value, but sometimes for the safety of the communities in which they're found.
Well, thank you for your warning, but I'm sure Lord Barrick would have dispatched of anything like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Have you spoken with him or with Helly? She is the head of the military. Maybe perhaps they'd be able to help you with your search for this magic
That
item.
would be phenomenal. I mean, as I said, this is the first I've heard of anybody gone missing. They were very... the traces that we were able to see through our diviners were very weak. So really unsure of the nature of what we were looking at. And again, I apologize. I don't mean to make anybody fear. I'm not saying that those are definitely connected. I'm just saying it is possible in the realm of things that we've experienced. But I would love to speak with the Lord of your town. It was so kind of him to invite us this evening.
Yes, perhaps after the feast, after we celebrate your coming to our small town, you'll be able to have an audience with him. Actually, Nicolette, please come here. You see another woman with hair kind of pulled straight back into a bun, really nice regal jacket, and kind of underneath it, kind of a tied vest up, metal gauntlets and metal boots on.
As good a headpiece, though, as Dream?
No headpiece. Yeah. She's definitely on the more conservative side of dress, but you feel like she has this same idea that kind of the person itself should be the centerpiece and not the actual dress. She comes up. Yes, you called. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Oh, Nicolette, I believe you said?
That's it, yes.
I am High Mage Gimbal of Ashar.
Oh.
And I will give a bow.
Fantastic. Again. You're the one that all this hubbub is about, isn't it?
Is that? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought we were just being brought to a feast. I didn't realize that this was all on our accord. I didn't mean to make everyone...
Yes, anytime any minor noble comes to town, Eric decides to throw this giant thing for them. But please, forgive myself. Nicolette Candler, I am the on the council. I am the representative of the traders.
Oh, well, I am indeed a minor noble, but I am happy to be dealing with another trader. We have not really ventured this far beyond the wall, but I think that your community itself is lovely, and I would love to see Ashar do more business here.
That's strange. It seems Ashar has lifted its ban on trade?
Yes, we have.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I've been there in my youth. It's been a few years. And you said you were the High Mage.
I am a High Mage, not the High Mage. By any means.
Perfect. And what is your discipline?
Abjuration.
Abjuration. Fantastic. I used to know a High Mage for Abjuration. Actually, the Archmage of Enchantment was once a tea partner of mine. Is he still there? Is
Gilvire?
Fran still? Yeah, Fran Gilvire. Is he still in position?
Well, I must say I missed the last Arcata because we were traveling, unfortunately, and I couldn't be pulled away from our task. But I can't see Fran being unseated that easily.
So he is still a part of the Enchantment Guild. That's fantastic to know. All right, well, welcome. And what is it that you wanted to speak about?
Oh, well...
And she kind of...
Oh, no, please.
The Lord Lady, you were talking to you, kind of unload the information that you were just telling them, how you were here for kind of this weird magical item and didn't know about people missing, and this might be connected to the magical item. And she says, I never thought of that before. It's weird that the mages at Dougal didn't pick up on it. Huh.
That is very strange. I mean, and again, this is me grasping at straws. It's a very small amount of information that we have, unfortunately.
Well, if you need any help in this search of yours, consider it done.
Well,
And I can set up a talk with you and Lord Foregrave after this session, if you wish.
oh, I would be forever in your debt.
Fantastic. Well, I must take my leave and take my seat. It was very nice meeting you, and hope to speak soon.
Yes, with the trade relations being so fresh and the lift being so new, I do very much hope to speak with you further.
Yes. Make a deception check. Disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Shouldn't have said that. Disadvantage?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. It's good to know.
Done fucked up.
She walks up. She walks up to her table, kind of sits down. There's no other seat next to her, but she motions one of the servants to come. She kind of whispers something in their ear and dismisses them, and then kind of just goes about her business, looking around.
Was that obvious?
Yeah, I mean, you saw
Okay.
that happen. Yeah.
I will call over Bishop. I think we're at the table together, right?
Okay.
I was going around speaking
You
of
guys
these
were-
weirdos.
You guys are all mingling, yeah, so you weren't at the table yet.
I'll say to Bishop, did you see the servant that was speaking with the Lady Nicolette?
Did I?
Make a perception.
It was a plus group for perception. 25, nat 20.
That 20, yeah, you definitely saw her.
Wait, no, I put it in wrong. That's cheating. Then let me add the D in front of that. 13.
13.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm using roll 20, so I didn't put the rolling D20. I just put rolling 20 plus 5. So 13.
You saw a servant. You saw her go in the direction, but you wouldn't be able to pick her out.
Not really. I'm assuming message. So I'll just kind of respond without having to speak.
If you can find that servant, if that's possible, I fear they may have some information about us that I don't necessarily think is great to get out.
I could try, but I need at least a description.
Oh, no.
I would say you'd be able to describe like general information about her.
Roughly 5'7", I'd say 130 pounds. They were from Tarnisland, I would guess, by the accent. Hair about 3 inches past the shoulder. Is that general information?
Yeah.
Throw it out really fast.
So what do you do with this information, Bishop?
I'll try to look around again to see see if I catch her before she goes in any of the doors. But
She kind of immediately exited the Great Hall once Kimball saw her talk to Nicolette.
So do I see her leave the Great Hall? Is all I'm kind of asking.
Oh no, but he tells you which direction she went, so you
Okay.
can go after her. Yeah.
Let me check my spells really quick, see if there's anything I can do.
And then while he's doing that, Dream, what are you doing?
Eating.
Eating? Okay. You're just like flagging down servants. And you're like, this is amazing. They just keep bringing me food.
Okay, I still do have disguise self. All right.
Okay. We'll pause on that. What are Dash and Rook doing?
Well, I walked in and went, hello!
Everyone kind of looks over, hi, and go back to their conversation.
So, what are we supposed to do? And as where we come from, we sit behind our lords.
Well, one kind of some like older gentleman sitting down kind of looks up towards you. You can have a seat and have a drink with me if you'd like.
Oh, very well.
He kind of like pulls out and corks a bottle, pours you, and Dash one ?
Yeah.
Question mark and Dash one. So So, from Ashar, huh? You're the guests of, or the main guests of honor, huh?
Yes, we're the ones who trape through the woods killing bandits.
Oh, that's fantastic, I guess.
I snort into my glass.
Are the lords in Ashar as uppity as the ones in Sutton?
Well, seeing as our lords have powerful scrying magics, I'm going to plead the fifth.
He kind of looks around. So bandits, you say?
Yes, right out of town, along the river.
That's interesting. Seems they slipped the patrols then.
Well, we heard tale that another group got completely decimated, escorting some minor person from the church district or some such. That was the rumor I heard, at least.
Oh, I haven't heard such rumor. You see a kind of a younger gentleman, younger page come up. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. So there were 25 of them, and they got slaughtered by a dragon, right?
No. Well, maybe. I heard that it was just a group of bandits, and there was like maybe 5 or 6 of them from, what's that weird country in the Zakaran Empire? That little one?
Osha?
No, the other one. It has a Z in it. Oh, well, it'll come to me.
So no dragon.
Not that I'm aware of.
Just bandits, huh? That's odd.
Sucks.
Make a do a performance for you guys too.
Both of us or just him?
There was no dragon.
Both of us or just him?
Just do Rio.
Okay, that's still a 14. So.
Okay. So, what brings you and your amazing great lord to Sutton?
Well, they're here on some business. Unfortunately, they don't give us all the details until it's trying to bite our faces off.
Yeah, well, noble in one city or noble in the other, right?
Most of the time.
How long have you lived in Ashar? It seems like an odd place. Magic everywhere.
I was raised to be a servant to my master's family. I've never known anywhere else besides our travels.
Well, traveling with a mage, I imagine you have some good stories.
You'd be surprised. It's mostly get me my wine, bring it to the tent. My tent is set up wrong.
I know that life.
Gimbal would never.
Okay, we're not talking about Gimbal.
That's what Mage Hand's for.
If you've noticed, I haven't said anything terrible about you yet.
Here, as you're listening, you kind of hearing everyone just kind of bitch about their lords, like upset that they're asking them to serve them dinner, and just kind of this other kind of talk.
You guys should all consider yourself lucky. My elf friend was castrated for touching the Lord's daughter.
Castrated? So you don't have anything done?
No. Like Baron.
He needs another drink. Another drink. Are you guys doing anything else?
I mean, we just listen.
Yeah.
We listen to the Lords. You know, like we don't really more there to let them bitch since pretty freely bitching. And then like maybe ask about like weird happenings within the town, just like they're doing.
Okay. Make a perception. Both of you.
Oh, thank God that finally Hank gets to roll something, so I don't keep getting 14.
19.
19? Okay. You do hear one of the servants talking to one of the scribes. She says, yes, it seems like another one went missing tonight. They can't find her.
Oh, my God.
What do you mean somebody went missing?
She kind of looks up and blushes. Nothing. Just a rumor. That's it.
Well, me and my lord are here specifically looking for such rumors. Could you tell me more? I do not want to end up like my friend.
I really shouldn't. I shouldn't be talking out of turn. I am so sorry. And she bows a little bit. I will go back to my work.
All right. Well, you could feel free to explain this to my lord later then.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
Oh, that's a 19 plus
Okay.
1, so a 20. 20.
The scribe she's with says, "Oh no. There's no need to rope them in." Fran was just telling us that she heard a rumor that a child has gone missing this evening from the church district. Now, we don't know the validity of this rumor or what actually happened. She's just kind of telling us what she knows.
I would like to hear it. That's all I was asking.
And she just tells you that, yeah, I heard from a friend of a friend that someone else in the church district got taken.
And this church district, it is where?
It's on the west side of town, little past the military base.
And this has been happening a lot.
She looks over to him. Well, there have been people missing the last few weeks in the woods. You know, children can't stop going into the woods alone.
Well, that is why
the children.
That is why we removed all the woods close to the city.
Yeah. Is that it? Can I go back to my duties?
Of course. I did not mean to overtake over your time. It's just if I heard such a thing and it came out later, I would have been punished severely.
Oh, yes. She kind of perks up a little bit. I know that situation. Thank you. Well, good day. And she walks out with a tray of food.
And then I turn to Dash, mug held high, and is like, to your removed dick.
Everyone. Most of them like, oh, I'm sorry.
On that note, I'm going to go attempt to find a restroom.
Okay.
It takes him quite a while.
Exactly.
As you're leaving, you see one of the gentlemen. Do you mind if I come with you?
I'm sorry, what?
I've just never seen nothing there.
Rude.
Just say no.
No.
All right, fine.
Can I come?
I kind of want to punch him.
You can do what you want, buddy.
No, I just keep walking off. But my true intent is to find a restroom and possibly go exploring.
Okay. I'll say you find a restroom pretty easily, and you want to stealth around and explore.
If I feel like there's anything, I don't know how the grounds are set up. Is there anything that looks like there's worth investigating on this side, or are we in like a remote corner somewhere?
You guys are in the front, kind of remote corner. The living spaces are in the back. You have to go through either the kitchen or the dining hall to get to any of like the living spaces, or you can go out the front and go around like through the garden. You might be able to, that's going to be a harder stealth check.
Are all the waitstaff wearing the same clothes?
Yeah, you see that the waitstaff are wearing a specific uniform, and the cooks or anyone in the kitchen, as you kind of do a quick peek in there also.
Be careful knocking anybody out, because last time Rook did that, he was the literal devil. So,
well, Rook also wanted to kill that gentleman.
Yeah.
So, as you're get back to the restroom and you're able to about to kind of set out, you see that same gentleman walk in the restroom. He kind of locks the door behind him, and he goes up to you and says, "Please don't take down your pants."
I hadn't planned on it, but
yes.
Thanks.
My name is Colt, and I am a man of Millock. He's the the councilman in charge of the church district. He has a message for you from Maxwell. Maxwell told us what he was hiring you for, and we graciously appreciate your help. But there's a few things you need to know about town, something you've probably picked up on already. This is something that Lord Foregrave does not want to get out to anyone outside of Sutton. They're keeping these disappearances pretty quiet. So I don't know if a feast is the right time to ask him about it.
Understood.
In public. My master says that if you wait at the Lazy Knave later tonight, he'll come and find you.
Understood. Does your master feel there are any implications that the Lord might be involved?
He knows that someone on the council is probably involved. He doesn't know who, but based on all the disappearances and what they're actually doing to find these children, something's going on.
Well, thank you.
Not a problem.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
And let my associate know that I'm going to attempt that won't be back right away.
Sure, I'll pass on the message. And okay. He walks towards the door and unlocks it. He looks back. So really, nothing there.
I'll let you use your imagination.
I'm sorry. Opens the door and leaves. At this point, we'll pause, go to Bishop. So Bishop, what are you doing?
Well, did I get the chance to mingle before Bishop or before Gimbal told me to go looking?
We'll say that you were mingling with Gimbal as he was talking to Nicolette.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at a few of the different servants going around. And eventually I'll pull one aside and say,
yes.
Bathroom.
Restroom right this way. And she kind of takes you to the opposite side of the hallway, into a different hall. Second door to the left.
Thank you. I'll go.
Okay.
Second door to the left. Go in. Is there anyone else in there?
Nope. Not that you can see.
Alrighty. I will peek out the door really quick.
Okay.
Is there anyone out there?
Few servants running back and forth.
All right. I will disguise myself as like the dress of a servant and like make like a just somewhat generic face. Try to like steal a few different looks from the other people just so that I'm not instantly recognizable, but people will be like, I think I know him.
Are you using disguise self?
Yes.
What's the extent of disguise self?
I believe it is 1 hour. You change, it's like an illusion around yourself that you change the way you look completely.
And your clothes.
And like, yeah, everything. It's clothes. It's more like, imagine the invisibility cloak. You put it over you and you have that new look. So like if someone were to like reach out and touch my clothes, my robe might get touched if they like get close enough instead. And like, they'd feel that before they even touch the new clothes.
Okay.
It's like a draped illusion.
Got it. Go ahead and roll a... I want you to roll to see if you would be able to recreate the look of somebody, to not be out of place, but not specifically know, or like copying someone's specific look itself. Go ahead and roll a... Do a straight intelligence check.
Straight intelligence?
Yep.
I need to double check what my intelligences again. I don't think it's a dumb stat, but I don't think it's good. That's not bad. Not bad. Just straight intelligence. Boom. Not good. I got the clothes right, but not anything face-wise.
What'd you get?
4.
A 4 total? Okay.
He just looks like a mongoloid of like mixed races on his face.
No, it's all human at
It was
least.
like an elf
Yeah,
beard and
you
a
got the
dwarf
spell.
beard. And
Yeah, you got the spell well, but you couldn't recreate the look of it. So, like on further inspection, you feel like the gentry would know the difference, right? You're a servant, but
Mhm.
maybe other servants would notice that. Hey, who are you? Like, do you work here? That's the impression from your role.
Okay. And I'll. Well, I'm not trying to like get too much attention from the servants, but I'll initially try to like sneak out of the bathroom just so that they don't see me coming out of that bathroom. I'm assuming it's for the higher ups.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will attempt to not make direct eye contact with anyone as I try and scan for the person he described.
So you're on the opposite side from where she left the Great Hall. You're on the opposite side, so you wouldn't see her here.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll make my way across.
Make
And
your way
I'll
through?
even like
Okay.
carry a serving tray to pass through the dining hall. And like
You go towards that area and you see her coming from the kitchen and going with a tray back into the Great Hall. Someone like that fits the description that he said.
okay. I'll kind of keep myself busy for a little bit of time, but if people start sitting down more and more and more, and if like it starts seeming late, I will go back to the bathroom and come back. But I will try to see if I can get the time to.
What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to figure out who she might have spoken to try to like pass this message along.
You wouldn't know that
Mm.
from here. You get the feeling that you caught her at the tail end of her coming back.
Mhm.
So if she gave a message to anybody without having to talk, without talking to her, there's nothing you can really glean from that.
It's a little too slow to the draw there.
And she was gone maybe 5 minutes. She
Mhm.
wasn't gone very long.
I don't know what I could do in this case. No, it's kind of risky now, and I don't have a means to try and find out why. And if I speak, that'll set off alarm bells pretty quickly. So I try to get a lot of secret conversation. I'll eventually go back to the bathroom, sneak my way into that point, because I'm assuming still, and then exit back as me. I'll leave, in the bathroom. I'll send a message saying I wasn't able to get anything. Wasn't quite able to find out who she spoke to, but it'd be too risky to try and speak to her directly without knowing more. And then I'll point in towards where the side room was for Rook and be like, sound off, okay, and are you okay? And then I'll
Ask everybody if they're okay.
Pretty much just a sound off everyone. Good, and then I'll go back. I won't get a response from Dash because I didn't point in the right direction and thinking of Dash. So
I got rid of Dash's dick.
like there'll be a moment when I'm walking back to the main hall. It's just in the hall. Let's go. And then continue walking. It's that awkward pause. Just...
Yep. You continue walking out. You see everyone kind of mostly sitting down now as the great doors behind the dais open up, and you see a few people. You see Nicolette is already sitting down at one of the tables, one of the far right tables. You see entering in kind of a half orc looking gentleman with greenish gray skin, simple, just kind of cloak over his shoulder, nothing fancy, not even as fancy as like Rook or Dash's attire. Holding a book, he kind of like waves to a few people, sits down. Next to him, you see a dwarf with kind of full regalia. He's kind of diamond and jewel encrusted armor. He has kind of a jeweled dagger at his side. You see kind of full armor, but this is definitely not battle armor. This is 100% fancy. Just gaudy armor. Yeah. He sits down next to the half-orc gentleman. You see another young woman walk in. She She has kind of like a brownish gray skin, and you see her ears come to a point. Long flowing dress, and you see her hair has these different striations in it. As she walks, it kind of goes through the spectrum of like tan to dark gray in the color of the highlights. It looks like almost sedimentary rock running through her hair. She kind of enters in, looks around, nods to a few of the guards, and sits down.
Now that's an entrance.
What do you guys do?
We'll take a seat.
Okay.
Same.
After maybe 5 minutes or so, you see a kind of an older gentleman, maybe in late 40s, early 50s, walk in. Short, white hair, white goatee, simple dress. He has a cane to his side as he's walking in. Looks like he's not using the cane as support. He's just kind of using it as a fashion statement. Walks in. He kind of the lady with the sedimentary hair. She kind of ushers everyone to be quiet as he pulls up to the front of the dais. He says, "Please, everyone, take your seat. This is a joyous occasion. We welcome our friends from the West. We have fantastic food and drink from my trusted trapper. It's a dish I'm hoping you haven't tried before. He was able to rustle up a caroblepis and serve to us tonight. Please enjoy the merriment, enjoy the food," and he looks directly at you, Gimbal, "and we will definitely have a conversation after the festivities."
Wait, did the servants get cataplepus too?
Nope.
And I
Because I
will
would know instantly.
I will bow, and as I do, cast prestidigitation to set off little fireworks to follow me down in the bow and back up.
Okay. He does the slightest of head nods, almost imperceptible, and then kind of walks to his seat. And then he claps as everyone sits down, and kind of a row of servants come out of the kitchen area with just an assortment of plates that they're putting at everyone's table. With that happening, Dash, what are you doing?
Okay, so what does it look like my best option is to?
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Trying to find shit out.
Okay, so to find shit out, you'd probably need to go to the private quarters. From seeing the line of servants coming back and forth, that's probably not the best option. Going across the Great Hall, probably not good as well, unless you're really stealthy and kind of blend in. The other option is to go outside. You know that most of the nobles are inside right now eating, so it's probably going to be easier to sneak. But those are the three options.
Let's do the outside sneaky sneak.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
25.
25. So you are able to slip out of one of the windows next to, we'll say, the entrance to the kitchen. So you are on the east side of the manor right now. It's easy enough at this time of night to be able to stealth through and get to the very back of the mansion itself into the living quarters. Make a perception check as you go through.
17.
17. As you come up to one window, as you're passing through, you see two dwarven guards kind of running a route through the hallways that you can see. And giving it maybe 5 or 10 minutes, you see a different set of guards coming from the other way, kind of doing a patrol of the living quarters.
Okay, so I've got like a sense of their kind of.
You get a sense of like how many there are approximately, and like some kind of route that they have.
Okay. Can I keep going?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have free reign to get into the actual living quarters themselves. You don't know the layout of the living quarters, though. So it would be multiple stealth checks just to get in and be avoided by the guards, and then seeing if you can navigate through. And are you looking for any specific room?
Either like an office,
so some kind of study or something like that.
That or like the Lord's room, I would assume as well.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check first.
19.
19. Okay. Make an investigation check.
14.
14. Okay. As you go through, it's well lit in here, so it's hard to kind of hide behind anything. These halls are pretty. I mean, they're all worked stone still, like you saw the dining hall is, but there's nothing really to hide behind. It's not really furnished at all. It's pretty simple. But you can understand some of the actual routes of the guards, and you slip in one room to avoid a patrol coming forth, and you see just a kind of a plain sleeping room. It looks like there's one bed, floor, a full-length mirror, and a few chests.
I'll take a look in the chest.
Okay. Going through, you see assortment of fine clothes. You can find in one of the desk drawers a pouch containing 200 gold, a few kind of gems and rubies. This seems like there's no personal effects other than the clothing, so you feel like this is a guest room of some kind. Maybe one of the lords of town is staying at the manor.
I would take the gold probably.
Okay. So you have 200 extra gold.
Guests.
What are you doing?
We're guests. What's wrong with you?
Now who's chaotic?
Nothing else.
You said Dash wasn't chaotic.
Nothing else of interest in this room. You want to keep looking?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make another stealth check for me.
23.
23. And investigation.
It's cracked. That one's a 21.
21. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot easier this time as you kind of get a better idea of how many guards there are and their specific route. And you see kind of a pair of them once they passed your room at the very end of the corridor. They're just kind of talking, shooting the shit with each other. As you see this, you pop out, go a few rooms down, and you kind of enter in quickly and close it behind you. As you look around, you see what looks like a study. You see floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, a dark mahogany wood, a large table in the center, flanked by 2 suits of armor. You see above one of the bookshelf, above one of the suits of armor, you see kind of what looks to be a weapons rack. But on that rack, you see just an assortment of canes. From there, there's like a kind of a smaller couch in the room, a few mirrors, but nothing else, unless you want to investigate.
I'll investigate.
Okay. What are you investigating first?
The desk.
The desk? Okay, go ahead.
15.
15. Yeah, I mean, you find kind of the normal papers you think that a lord would have to issue, right? Different summaries of briefings that they've had with the different the councils in town, some ordinances that they're planning on passing, some complaints around. You see quite a few complaints about missing children. That has been like all neatly stacked in one pile. From reading them, you get the feeling that Maxwell finally was telling the truth in the end, that there looks like there have only been 3 kids missing over the past month or so. With that 15, that's really all you find. You find a really nice ornate dagger, actually, that he uses as a letter opener. And as you look at it, you see that it's actually a steel dagger, or sorry, a silver dagger.
Leave that there.
Okay.
Oh, 200 gold pieces. He'll definitely not notice that.
That's a guess.
Don't question my methods, Rio. So there was the desk, there was the cane rack, and there's bookshelves and
2 suits of armor, few kind of vanity mirrors around.
I think I'll leave this one.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you going from here? Are you still exploring?
Yeah, let's do one more. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do another stealth.
It's a 28.
28. Another investigation.
Better. That's a 17.
17. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So as you dip the guards again, you go into another room. Clean like the first one, but a little bit more personality in this one. You see a few kind of books on the wall. You see the wardrobe is a little more full. You see kind of full-length gowns. Also some training equipment as well. You see kind of a training vest and a training sword propped up in the corner. A few letters. Looks like in Dwarven. Can you read Dwarven?
No.
Okay. Yeah, a few letters in Dwarven. Same simple stuff. There's a few chests next to the closet or next to the bed itself, and then a desk in the front. You can do investigations to see if you can find anything.
I'm going to leave this one alone.
Okay.
Let's try one more room.
All right. One more stealth.
Let's try. 14 stealth.
Oh, one more, huh?
There was a desk.
Okay, 14 stealth. As you walk out, you misjudged one of the patrols, and one of the dwarves looks up and spots you. Hey, what are you doing back here?
Does he see me coming out of the room, or he just sees me in the hallway?
I would say he sees you in the hallway with that stealth.
I was sent to fetch something for my master's associate.
Yeah? Who's your master? And they like train crossbows on you.
Oh, do I remember one of the names?
You never got one of the names.
Right. I would say Gimbal the Great sent me as a favor to one of the lords. I never caught his name.
Okay. Roll a deception.
You can do it.
We're so fun.
You're too far away, though. You're so
We're
far
so
away.
fun.
21?
Yes.
Okay.
The noble thing to do, Hank, is to let yourself be killed without implicating.
He's not a noble, remember? He's a mundane.
One of them say, Gimbal the Great, I haven't heard of that name before.
He's a visiting wizard. One of the other people's servants was busy attending to something else and asked me to come grab something, but I'm completely lost. I don't think I'm in the right part of the palace.
You are definitely not, my friend.
My apologies.
Why don't you come with us and we'll track down who this noble is that you were trying to get something from.
Okay.
All right. They bring you to kind of the front of the living quarters, close to where the Great Hall is, you assume. They take you down some stairs and into, and they say, "Do you have any weapons on you?"
I have a dagger hidden in my boot.
"Give it to us."
Okay.
And then they kind of search the rest of you. They find the 200 gold pieces. Was this something you brought in then?
Not something I found here.
Got it. Why don't you get in that cell over there and then we'll figure this out.
Okay.
All right. They lock you in a cell.
Okay.
Well, now we have to kill everyone in Sutton.
Oh my god.
We'll pause from there and go back to the feast. There's joy and merriment around. You guys have catoblepis in front of you, not cooked as well as Rook does.
Isn't it poisonous if you don't cook it properly?
Yeah, but I mean, this one was cooked well enough, just not as tasty. You can definitely feel that kind of that bitterness of poison in the back of your throat.
I was gonna consider not eating it, but
What are you guys doing? Anything?
I'm gonna keep an eye on
sitting
Nicolette.
down,
Okay.
Is she sitting at the Lord's table?
Nope. So you see, each of them are individually sitting at their own tables.
Okay.
Closest to. So we have in the center. It's kind of like a fan, right? So in the center, you have Barrack Forgrave. Then towards the right, you have the Dwarven gentleman, half orc, and then on the other side, you have the hare, and then Nicolette.
The hair.
The hare.
Okay.
Perception check, Gimbal.
Oh gosh, Gimble, what are you doing here? 14.
Okay. You see a dwarven soldier walk up to the lady with the hair and whisper something in her ear, and she kind of like nods her head, starts frowning, and looks over at your table, whispers something back to the dwarf, and then he leaves.
Sorry, guys.
Can I roll an insight check on like what that, just the basis of that, just to understand that something got caught?
No.
Okay.
You know that she was talked to, she didn't like what she heard, and then dismissed the dwarf.
Talked to, didn't like what she heard, looked at us.
How far away
Yes.
am I from her table?
Okay.
I would say you guys are probably like 25 feet.
25 feet, you say?
Yeah.
Well, that is
I will
excellent.
be holding the glass of water specifically, like pull it a little bit closer to me, take a little swig of it, but be prepared to use that as the component if I need to.
I will cast
Okay.
minor...
But
Go ahead.
no, you continue because I'm just prepared in case something happens.
I cast minor illusion to create a sheet of parchment on where next to her plate, and on the
Okay.
parchment it will say, "My dear councilwoman, I apologize if we've given any reason to offend, but I hope if there is something I'm unaware of, you will give me a chance to repair it."
She reads it. She looks up at you and slowly nods her head.
And then I will vanish it.
Okay. She kind of leans over to Barrack and whispers something. Anything else?
I can't do anything with this.
There's not much I could do. I'm just holding. What kind of? Oh, actually, I didn't say I had any spell focuses on me, but I assume that did they take any spell focuses from Gimbal?
What was your spell focus?
It was a gem.
A gem? No, they wouldn't have taken a gem. From you.
Okay, then I saw myself. I guess I was really
Yeah.
worried about. That's why I had the water.
Yep.
So I could use that. It's okay. I'll use it for flair later on, but
So yeah, after maybe half an hour or so, when most of the food is eaten and everyone is kind of chatting amongst themselves, a servant comes up to you and kind of bows down. Sir Foregrave would love you to meet him in his study.
In his study, you say?
Yes. If you would follow me, I could show you the way.
am I following as well?
Yeah, he's speaking to the table, so all
Okay.
three of you.
Excellent. Well, we would be very excited to speak with Lord Furgrave.
Fantastic. Yes, whenever you're ready, please follow
now's
me.
Perfect.
Fantastic. As she kind of walks up the dais and then through the back, exiting the dining hall.
Daughter, apprentice, shall we?
Yes.
We'll stand and follow.
Yeah, as you guys walk back, you pass maybe 15 or 20 different soldiers making your way towards his actual study. As you approach the door and the servant opens, he's sitting at his desk, kind of rifling through some papers. You see the woman with the hair in the corner. She changed out of her dress. She's wearing a simpler, looks like leather studded armor. And then to his right, you see Nicolette kind of standing regally, just sipping some sort of alcohol.
Oh, I didn't realize we would have the honor of such a menagerie of counsel here this evening.
Yes, come in, please, sit.
I would prefer to stand, but if my retinue would prefer to sit, they are more than welcome to. Being the height that I am, it is preferable to be, closer to the level.
Do what you will. We just have a bit of a problem, you see. Now, is it customary in Ashar to have the nobility feasting and the mundane stealing objects and looking through personal rooms?
Of course not. Why? That's a strange custom.
It's strange that we found one of your bodyguards doing just the same.
I have my valet. I cannot imagine him doing such. We have our, man about arms.
An elven gentleman.
Remember, Coulter, I established that we just hired Dash, so he was new to our
That is
retinue.
truly.
Did you?
Yeah. When I told the guy, I said he's new.
And touched my daughter and was castrated for it. They had an affair.
Well, you don't know that part.
Oh, sorry. Well, why was he castrated if I didn't know?
Well, but I made that up in the
Oh, okay. I
the
don't know
fly.
that part. Sorry. That's right. I don't know that part.
So do you deny he's your servant or not?
No, he the elven gentleman is my servant. I had dismissed them to be with the rest of the servants. I am unsure of what has
So he
transpired.
still was a recent hire.
I'm sorry. There's which you said it was the elven gentleman, not the human.
The elven gentleman, yes.
That is very disappointing. I took a reference from a friend and I expected something to I don't know, they told me that he would match the servants that we had and our man has been really truly a spark so far, but I just have to say the elf has not shown his stripes in this way before this evening. That is
Performance.
Can I?
Nope.
No.
I mean, you can try.
I was basically
Like-
going to just try to give him help by saying, Master, he was a recent hire. We can't. It's still a failure.
I would say at this point, no.
It matters not. It is our responsibility what they do, no matter how recent the hire is. 19!
19.
Save me.
We're throwing you to the wolves right now.
Sweet baby.
You see him contemplate. Well, it is hard finding help nowadays. So I suppose execution's off the table?
We took him on in Osra, and we'd have to give him back to the Zakarum.
All right. Well, I suppose we can come to an agreement. Eden wasn't able, fortunately, to take anything.
Oh, good.
I would say
glad.
he was about to steal 200 gold pieces from one of my guests, so I think reparation of 200 gold pieces isn't out of the question.
Oh, not at all. No, that would be more than reasonable.
Fantastic.
I appreciate your generosity, if anything.
And at this, you see the lady standing next to him, not Nicolette, go. She has a sword at her side. Beric, you can't possibly. She says, it's fine, Ellie, it's fine. If they weren't aware of his doings, I can't really put that on them. Well, I wish we could meet under better circumstances, but please, let me in on what you are here for.
Well, truly, the feast was divine. I must be incredibly grateful for your hospitality, especially of a noble as low as myself in your lovely town. We have been sent by Ashar, a high mage and retinue, to search for an artifact, something that was divined by our greater folk, if you will. It's left a trace here.
What trace is that?
Well, that's a challenge with divining. As an abjurer, I've never really understood exactly what they see, but it is something that they believe is very powerful. Something powerful enough that we could see it from Ashar. I have been told that it is great and unfortunately great and terrible.
Make a deception check with advantage.
I'm so bad at these. Double 15s.
Okay. You see him kind of contemplate. It's strange they send a high mage from Ashar for this kind of thing. And we're sure that you're from Ashar and not trying to pull some kind of ruse.
Well, given the dangerous nature of the artifact, yes, they sent an abjurer. I'm unsure as to why there would be a ruse in such a thing.
You hear Nicolette pipe in. Yes, Beric, I vetted them myself. They check out. They are from Ashar. Gimbal the Great has made a name for himself, it appears. And he kind of looks at her. Well, very well. I don't know of the magic item you speak, but I will let you in on something. So I imagine you've heard the talk around town that people have gone missing. In reality, there have been 3 instances in the last month where children have gone missing in the woods. One additional, unfortunately, was tonight during the banquet. Now, I have my tracker on this, the same one that brought us the Catalepis, and he has picked up a lead. So he thinks he knows where to find whatever creature is taking these children and hopefully find them. If this has to do with your magic artifact, maybe you can accompany him there and see if you can find it. I imagine you can handle yourself in a fight.
Well, I do not tend to fight myself, but a shield is a shield.
Right. Unless you would wish to wait for Thaddeus to take care of the problem, then you come in and see about your magic item.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus is my hunter.
Oh, no, goodness, no. I would prefer to ensure that it is not damaged in any way.
All
Even
right.
an evil item we must take in whole.
Of course. Fine, it is done. The 200 gold pieces, if you will,
Yes,
and I do not wish to see that man around this keep for the duration.
We will ensure no such thing is done. I do not have it on my person, but may I send it from my stay?
Yes, I trust you.
And I will bow at that.
Right. I would like to do a few, I don't know if you want me to do several, but for most of that conversation, insight check.
Sure.
Just reading his face as he
Specifically,
described.
Nicolette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coulter, insight, Nicolette. Jared, insight, Barrick.
How much is my bonus again? It's a lot. Nope. I'm better at lying.
Nat 1.
Oh,
Nat
no.
1.
I'm so pissed because I had questions for her and everything, and
19.
You must have fooled her before. Yeah. With that Nat 1.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get? 19?
19. Mostly on just the whole conversation.
What are you specifically looking for?
I was looking for the last parting statement. Obviously, I trust you. Obviously one of them.
Okay.
But I was when he mentioned that he has someone on the job and he thinks he knows what it is. I want to know does he know what it is? Does he understand that something?
So what you get from him, first of all, saying I trust you, he's not telling the truth, right? He's guarded, obviously, right? Since you guys or one of your party tried to steal from him, right? He's kind of standoffish a bit, and trying to kind of garner some kind of relationship, but still does not trust you. With the other bit, you find that he's truthful, that he has a man on it, a man investigating it. He never said he knew what it was. He just said that Thaddeus has a lead on it. And what you get Thaddeus is maybe either on the way tonight or sometime in the near future going to see if he can find out what or who took the children.
The main thing was when he said he has the lead on it, was he he has a lead on it? Something else kind of weird.
No, you believe that he has a lead. You believe that Thaddeus has a lead on it.
Okay, so I could kind of rule out that he's directly involved, but still probably someone on the council. Something along that line. Okay.
As you're having this conversation, you see kind of not busting in, but walking in the doorway, this same half-orc gentleman walking in. Did you plan on doing this meeting without me again? And you see Bear kind of wave him away. It's all right, Milug. We figured it out. We didn't need you.
Turn to him and say, "Oh, Councilman, it is great to see you," and bow.
Thank you. Great to see you as well. Anything I should know about Barrick that you're agreeing to with these people? And then Barrick, no, nothing you need to concern yourself with. Please go enjoy the banquet. Everything is taken care of. He kind of looks around, frustrated, begrudgingly, leaves the room.
What was the name again?
Milug.
Milug.
We're gonna see him later. We have a planned meeting.
At that point, if there's anything else you need, I'll have Thaddeus get in touch with you. I don't know if he's going tonight or early morning to find this, whatever it is, taking children, but I know that you are at the Lazy Knave, so I'll send someone.
And again, I apologize we had to start on such a negative foot, but I hope that by the end of our stay, we will have proven Ashar to be a healthy partner.
I do as well. And if what you say is true, perhaps we maybe open up trade between Sutton and Ashar.
It will be greatly dependent upon the coming days, unfortunately, but I believe that we can get to a spot of agreement.
Yes. Of course. Well, I'm a busy man, so if you wouldn't mind.
Of course. And I will show myself out.
Yep. And he just looks down at his papers. All right, you guys walk out. As you're heading out, you're heading back to... actually, the guards are taking you down to the dungeon where Dash is. As you head down to the basement, you see Nicolette kind of hustling up to you, and she signals to the guards, give me the key, I'll take care of it. This is a matter of diplomacy. The guards graciously gives her the key. As you're walking down to the dungeon, she says, well, I saved your ass back there. I know you're not from Ashar. So let's talk a bit. And that's where we'll stop tonight.
Still locked up. Stay in jail for a week.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for sticking in there. This was a fun one. A lot of social encounters. We will see you next week for Dungeons & Dragons and Chronicles of Darkness. And we will come up with a tagline eventually.
Eventually.